How many times in your life was there a store or a restaurant that you loved going to, there was always people there, they looked like they were thriving, and then one day it's gone? People always wonder what causes a small business to fail, and it is rarely a problem with the product or the service. In fact, think of how many businesses are thriving right now with really crappy products and services. So why do most small businesses fail? Lack of leadership. Most small businesses have the head technician running the business. Shouldn't the head technician be running the business? Well, let's talk about that. Let's say I'm a house painter. I'm Petey the painter, and I've been painting houses for 15 years, and I am damn good at it. I work for Rick, and Rick never shows up to help us paint the house. Rick works in the office all day, and he tells us, the painters, where to go paint and do the work. Rick can't paint worth a shit. Why am I working for Rick? Screw Rick. I'm gonna go start my own business, my own house painting business, because I know all about house painting. And that is how most small businesses start. Screw the boss, I'm going at it myself. Which is great. But there is a reason why Rick the boss is not at the job site painting the house. The same way the captain is not on the deck working the sails of the old sailing ship. The duties of the boss, the duties of the owner, and the duties of the technician are two totally different sets of duties. And no matter how good of a house painter you are, no matter how good of a nail technician you are, no matter how good you cut hair, no matter how good you make pizzas, flip burgers, vegan meals, fix cars, anything you can think of that is a trade, even a doctor, a brain surgeon is still a technician. A technician is anybody who has specialized skills, from a forklift driver to a brain surgeon. When I'm at the job site and I'm painting the house, I am worried about my paint, my brushes, making sure I don't spill shit in the truck. Everything the job requires to paint the house. What I'm not thinking about is the advertisement costs. Where do I place my advertisements? How much do I need to buy in bulk paint for these next 3 months? I'm not concerned with those things because those things have been taken care of for me. And I don't really realize it. You see, Rick is in the office running the business, and the business owner's job is to make the phone ring, is to get the clients so that he can send the painters to go paint the house, to go do the job. If Rick is busy painting the house, he's not going to be able to put his mind and his concentration on running the business. A business is a business is a business. From the warehouse with the forklift drivers to the motherfriggin' hospital with the brain surgeons. And every business requires a business person to run it. Doctors spend 8 years in school to learn to be doctors. They don't spend that time in school to learn to be accountants. They don't spend that time in school to learn to be investors. And they don't spend that time in school to be small business owners. How much more you want them to learn? Let's do a simulation right now. I want you to pause this video and I want you to calculate how much money you need to spend on milk, eggs, and bread for your own personal use over the next 3 months. And you've got to be able to place the order in 5 minutes. Whoa, your head is spinning, isn't it? Now imagine if you had to answer that question when you're in the middle of putting together furniture from IKEA. You're on the floor, you got your instructions, you got your pieces, you got your little tool, and you're putting together your Bjorgenflarg, all right? And you're concentrating on putting together Bjorgenflarg. Then all of a sudden you get a phone call from someone asking you about your milk, eggs, and bread in your kitchen. Like, whoa, hold on, man. My mind is in Sweden right now. You're talking about my kitchen. That's across an ocean, dude. That is what it's like being a business owner. Concentrating on one thing and then having to immediately flip and jump to answer a question that is going to affect your business and your money over a period of time and answer that question properly. Now imagine doing both of those things while you're painting a friggin' house. Old sailing ships required a lot of crew to man the rigging, to handle all of the ropes and the lines. Here's a cool fact. Every single rope on a sailboat, on a sailing vessel, has a name. So that you don't have to say, hey, grab that rope. You can say, grab the jib halyard. And people know exactly which rope you're talking about. So the ship required a lot of people to man the ship, but it also required a brain, somebody, to be looking at the charts, figuring out where the ship is going, figuring out where the wind is coming from, figuring out everything that needs to be done, looking at the boat from that slightly outside perspective. That is the job of the captain. If the captain is busy hoisting the sails and trimming the rigging, he's not going to be able to really pay attention to the oncoming weather, look at the chart and figure out where the rocks and the shoals are. He's not going to be able to make the decisions that affect the overall ship. He's going to be worried about making the decisions that affect the jib sheet, which is the rope that pulls in one of the foresails. Because that's what he's doing. That's where his mind is. You want his mind on the big picture. A good business owner, A, hires the best people he or she can and then stays the hell out of their way. Lee Iacocca. And a good business owner steps out of the business and looks at it from an outside perspective so that they can always make decisions and adjustments and changes to properly run that business right. So it doesn't matter how good of a house painter you are. It doesn't matter how good of an auto mechanic you are. It doesn't matter how good of a damn brain surgeon you are. If you haven't taken the time to learn the basics of business and economics, you are probably going to fail, because that is why most small businesses fail, because you have the head technician running the business. The owner's ultimate duty is to write the instructions for the business. Just like someone in Sweden designed that Fjorgenblargen and then wrote and drew the instructions explaining to you, dear consumer, how to put it together. That is exactly what it's like to be a business owner. You have to design every element of your business. How your employees act, what they say, what kind of tools do they use, how do they interact with your customers, how do your customers find you, what do you want your customers to believe your business to be, what do you want their perception to be. Everything is your design. And then when you bring your staff on board, you want them to be able to have the proper instructions on how to do the job. You also want to have a way to instruct your customers on how to do business with you. No different than when you walk into an eatery and it says line starts here or order here. Those little things are the instructions that were written by the owner for Cafe Fjorgenblargen. Think about jobs you've had where they have literally given you the corporate training manual in a cool binder with the Pizza Hut logo right there on the front page, explaining how to do the job so that you can know exactly what is expected of you and exactly what you're supposed to do, so you're not running around guessing like a lost hamster when you're on shift and it's a rush and there's pizza and cheese everywhere. This is exactly the reason why chain restaurants have been so popular with investors these past 20, 30 years, because they are franchises. And what that means is that you put up the money, you rent a McDonald's, you operate the McDonald's, and McDonald's provides you with advertising and a set of instructions on how to run that business. That is the thing that is the most attractive to an investor about a franchise, is that it comes with the already written set of instructions. In fact, if you do invest in a McDonald's, they send you to McDonald's University, where it's a training course. You're there for a few weeks. Real number right there. And you have to literally get your degree in McDonald'sology so that you learn how to run a McDonald's. But it's a lot easier to just go to McDonald's school than to sit and grind out trial and error, probably spending the same amount of money with no guarantee. I have zero experience working as a house painter, and I have even less experience running a house painting company. But I would guess that if I was running a house painting company, if I bought one tomorrow at a sweet deal, as the owner, my duties would be this. I would probably be schmoozing with the people who work as real estate developers, real estate agents, and anyone involved in building houses. I would also probably work towards trying to get corporate contracts, whatever I could, to where one meeting turns into a big job. That way I'm maximizing my time. So I'm going to want to be dressed a little nicer than what Pete is when he's painting the house, and I'm going to want to be going places where I can meet people who are investing money in real estate, in construction, where they need it painted. I would also be spending my time on figuring out the best method of advertisement. I would probably do some trial and error. Try social media, try the newspaper. Hey, let's sponsor the Little League team. Let's see what works to make the phone ring. I have to do that experimentation. I have to do that research and development. If I'm busy painting the house, I can't really take the time to do that. And if I'm trying to do both, I'm not going to be able to do either one well. So I'm definitely going to hire the absolute best painters I can. That's why Petey was working for me. He is a much better painter than me, and I pay him a lot of money to go paint. He just doesn't see that. He also doesn't see my overhead cost. Advertising costs money, and if your business does not advertise, your business is going to die. If I was running a paint company, I would also want to get my materials at the absolute best quality and cost possible. Without good and reliable distributors, your business is going to be a nightmare. Managing your distributors and always researching new products, new technology. Acquiring new technology allows a business to do the job better, faster, and more efficiently. Seeing ways to do that. Stepping outside your business and going, hey, you know what? We've been doing this like this, but if I get us a this and we start using this, hey, we can do all this a whole lot faster and more efficiently and really kick the competition's ass and get more customers and make more money. And then I can give Petey a raise. Let's go back to Petey the painter. Let's talk about Petey's mindset right now. He is running on his ego. I'm Petey, I'm the best dang house painter there is. So now imagine working with this guy. You obviously have to be as good as he is, but you know he's gonna be that kind of guy that you better not be better than him. Don't you dare do a better job faster. Don't show him up. Now think about it for a minute. If Petey is now the business owner, if you're the business owner, don't you want to have people working for you that can do the job better and faster than you can? One of the things about good leadership is that it's not the leader's job to be the best, the smartest, or the most talented person on the team. The job of the leader is to find the best, find the smartest, and find the most talented, and get them on to the same team and working together congruently. As the leader, you should be the dumbest person on the team. This is the same reason why it was Batman who started the Justice League, and why Batman is pretty much the leader. Now, they touched on this in the movies, but honestly they did a better job in the comic because it was worded better, and then Green Lantern was in it, which added to the absurdity of the moment. So Batman's been working hard to get all of these people with superpowers, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Cyborg, all together onto this team because big alien something I don't remember, some big apocalyptic epic comic book plot of world destruction is about to happen, and it's, you know, we're on the clock. So when Batman gets all of these superheroes together, all of them are like, oh, cool, Flash, you can do this. Look, I can do this. Hey, Wonder Woman, what can you do? And they're all just showing off their powers and having this cool party, just all excited. And then someone says, hey, Batman, what can you do? And Batman is like, keep us on point. We need to make a plan. The enemy is coming and we don't have time for this. That is Batman's superpower. His ability to take his team, put them together, find all these superheroes. Batman doesn't have superpowers. Batman just has a checkbook. But it's not his checkbook. It's not his money that's bringing all these people together. It's his leadership skills. Him being able to say, alrighty, you can do this, and you can do that. With this plan, we're going to all do these things and destroy the alien and save the world. Leadership. Writing the instructions. This is why most small businesses fail. Because the head technician starts a business and makes zero effort to learn what it really takes to run a business. I think I've made my points for this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. That keeps me in the algorithm. And if you want to see more videos, please hit the subscribe button. That keeps me in your algorithm. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.